Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play series. Today I have a PvP video on Grux. We are exploring his physical damage and attack speed potential. We are doing a build where we're going to put physical damage on attack speed cards and maybe have a few attack speed upgrades. So let's see how he works in that fashion. I'm trying in this video a little bit of a different strategy. I'm going to be pausing and and restarting the video just so that the video isn't, like 50 minutes long. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of that. Now, if you haven't played Grux before, his passive is Only the Strong Survive. Gain 2 health every time an enemy unit is killed, with a cap of plus 200 health. Obviously that scales well when you are in lane, and obviously when you get hero kills as well. I'm not sure if hero kills gain you more than just 1 stack of your passive. Let me know down in the comments if that is the case. His first ability that we're going to go for is going to be his Q, Smash and Grab. Cone AoE that pulls all enemy units to Grux and deals 80 physical damage. Why are we going for that? Just because he I want to get a little bit of his passive up right at the beginning of the game, and I'm going to try to be a stronger presence in lane. Now, you might notice that I'm not going along with the Death Ball strategy, just because there is a way to counter that strategy. Now, I can see all of them. I can see the enemy team right now. They are all going to into their jungle to get their white and blue camps. So I am going to fall back under my protection of my ward and get my white camps. Now, why am I not doing the whole death ball thing? Just because I know that if I can stay in lane, and if I can be a stronger presence and push my lane into their towers, that will get me more ahead than if I were to go with the death ball and try to get these kills. My team wasn't doing that, so I felt safe. Not. See if Mario was here. Nope. I felt safe doing that. Here I'm a little. Nope. Okay, so I'm safe doing this as well. The second ability that we went for with Grux was his right click. It was his double pain. Does 60 damage and applies a bleed to all nearby enemies. It's fairly close, like it's fairly nearby, so you have to be pretty darn close to get the the bleed off, but that is the strategy. So I can see that the enemies are rotating to my lane, so I have to get back and under the protection of my tower. So as you can see, I've pushed my lane into their tower, probably got just a hint of damage, but the important part is I've taken them away from other lanes, and I have gotten experience while they have not. So I was in lane, and I pushed the tower, got a little bit of damage, almost got their rampage off of me, but unfortunately, when I was retreating, I came under attack by a Grux. I pulled him into my tower. He was almost dead, and I thought I could trade into him, but he got the one last hit off. So there you have it. So the skill that we went for, which is perfect for this build, is called a Flashfire Piston, I believe. Yes, so physical damage and attack speed with a full upgrade bonus of attack speed. Perfect for the build that we are going for right now. So I can see that this Murdoch has kind of warded off the middle lane there. I'm going to let him get the full XP for that wave, and I'm going to go and get our white camps here. It's always a good strategy to, if somebody is doing a good job in lane and they're safe, there's no real worry about him or her getting into any trouble, then go off, get the white camps, get full experience for your team. The other ability I didn't explain is his E. It's his charge. Charge forward to 1,200 units, dealing 53 physical damage to all enemies hit. A great ability to hard engage into the enemy if you really want to start a team fight, and also a great ability to disengage from. The one thing you have to be cautious about is that there's a little bit of a delay from when the ability goes off. So be very careful when you are using it. So I am being very, very cautious here. I'm diving for this tower. I'm going to try to... Yeah, so I got it, and all the enemy team is in the mid lane, so I feel very safe. I feel very safe picking up this tower. So now once I kill these guys, I'm going to get out of here and retreat. Just like the Murdoch suggests. So, just like I suggested at the beginning, we are going for physical attack damage on attack speed cards. I might get 1 or 2 attack speed bonuses, but I'm going to upgrades, sorry, and I'm going to keep those for some other cards that I have that do not have physical damage on them, so I can't upgrade them, so I might as well keep those cards for those cards. So here's another example where I feel safe in pushing this left lane because I can see that there's 3 on the far right lane and 1 enemy in the mid lane. So I've pushed this as much as I probably can. Now I should, if I was smart, be retreating. I only see 2 enemies on the map. I have my ward in place, so I am going to get out of here. So I see the Grux coming back, so now I'm going to fall back. With Grux, we're going to focus on his left click. He is for sure a basic attack character, so we want to upgrade his primary attack as much as we can. Alright, so we pushed left lane, we pushed the mid lane a little bit, we got a kill, a little bit of a kind of a team fight, it was in 3v2, we killed their Muriel, and we have 7 card points, so I'm going to go full major strike, so we are doing some damage for sure. Now unfortunately, enemy got a double kill after that. The enemy team seemed to kind of rally to the cause and push our mid lane a bit, but in that engagement I was definitely feeling he was doing quite a bit of damage, and the attack speed is just a little bit, but now that we've fully upgraded the card, we got a little bit more attack speed, should be picking up soon. As you can see there's a bit of a combo to clear lanes. There is you go your Q to pull them all together, and then you hit them with your right click, which should totally destroy the wave. Now I saw there that, yeah, they're rotating left, so I am going to go back into our jungle and get some white camps. So I'm being a little sneaky here. I'm going into the enemy's jungle to pick up their camps. I'm going to swing into the right lane to pick up a bit of that lane and get that lane pushing in the right direction. You've probably noticed that I haven't been participating in very many team fights. Honestly, that's just because there really hasn't been much team fighting at all. It seems to be a little bit of a 2v2, 3v2, so I haven't really been doing much in that sense, just because I can probably get a little bit more done if I just stay in lane, get those pushed in the right direction, pick up some camps, and make myself useful that way. So before I spend these 7 card power, I'm going to swing by our jungle and pick up the white camps. Now this might be a good time for me to delay that, and actually yes, I'm going to collapse up here, try to get something going for this team fight here. Now see what I can do. I'm a little bit late, I think. Yeah, so there's not much here that I'm going to do. I can probably... Uh-oh. Okay, so I have overextended, and I overextended. I really wasn't doing much of anything, and I looks like, yeah. So what happened there? I overextended. I was trying to follow that Muriel, but they were luring me away from a few of the damage dealers that were just right on top of our Murdoch and Richter there, that I should have probably stayed behind and dealt the damage to them. So I have the Flashfire Piston. Now I have some unique cards for Grux. For 6 seconds, gain a stack of movements, max movement speed and attack speed for each nearby bleeding unit. Now that's absolutely fantastic. However, it doesn't have attack speed. So we also have this: physical damage on hit with basic attack, max attack 4 crit. Now we have our Wind Carver Blade, which is perfect for this build, but there's others as well. So I'm having a really tough time deciding, but this is a physical damage on attack speed build, so that's what we're doing. Alright, so we have a Grux on Grux action here. I'm going to see what I can do, and it looks like my build is far superior. I totally decimated that Grux. My increased attack damage was obviously too much for him to handle. He really did completely melt away. So what I did there was I pushed that left lane when I noticed that there was 3 of the enemy team on my right lane. Now I wanted to do that to draw out an enemy, and I did. I got the Grux and a Rampage that I really couldn't really handle very much, so I had to get out with that Grux, or with that with the Rampage nearby. I couldn't 2v1. I wasn't feeling comfortable doing that. So far the build's doing really well. We have 7 card power, so after I clear this little bit of a lane, we're going to head back. As you can see, my split pushing tactics have been working really well, especially since we haven't been doing that many really strong, 4 or 5 man team fights. So, paying off. Alright, so we got the Wind Carver Blade. We're going to go for 2 more major strikes, and I think after this we're going to forego the Wind Carver perhaps and go into a Merciless here. So it's a very, very strong card that gives you crit chance against bleeding targets. It's perfect because I don't really want to spend upgrades or crit-specific cards just to get crits, so this is a perfect chance for me to get what I want, attack speed, while also getting a lot of crit exactly where I need it. People that are bleeding for my right click. So here I'm getting my red camp, and this is going to severely increase my combat potential. A, you get increased bonus damage, and B, you get increased movement speed on hit. Now that's going to really, really help me stick like glue to my target and be extremely effective. So we have a 3v3 here that I'm going to try to force an engagement on. See if I can pull this rampage in. I want to do some damage here. I use my R to hopefully try to... I'm engaging really hard here. I was stuck. Let's see. Very well done, Richter. Fantastic. So now that we have a pick, we can attack mid lane. Now we can just pull down. What's happening? Hey, ouchies. Oh, my team did not seem to follow me, and looks like I'm dead. Yeah. Okay, so wonderful. That's a very good example of you need to watch your minimap. Pinged, attack mid lane. I hopefully thought that they would follow me after a strong engage like that, but they didn't. Watch your minimap. Unlike other MOBAs, you cannot see behind you. Something that I myself am getting I'm having to get quite used to. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to actually forego. I would like to say I can forego this ward, but I forgot to add a ward into this deck. Fantastic. I would switch out the Scart's ward for a more appropriate ward for some physical damage. But since we're going for attack speed, trying to go for attack speed, this is working out really well. So here's a good example of I didn't feel safe anywhere I went. The enemy team was very split up. They themselves were split pushing, so I wasn't comfortable kind of committing to any lane or committing to any sort of attack or strategy. So what I did was I actually literally just went straight across the map, acting as a jungler. I picked up all of the white camps. I picked up all of the. I picked up one blue camp in that time, and I did all of the harvesters. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit of time and try to figure out where you are best used. Now I'm actually going to be a little bit risky here and take this red or this black camp because I feel like I might be able to get some split pushing done right now. So I'm being super duper risky here. I'm going to rotate left. So I'm going to go right through these guys here, maybe get a pick on this rampage. No. Okay, so we got to use my black buff properly, and it doesn't look like I'll be able to. I should be probably sticking with my team here, but yeah, I'm gonna go with my team, and hopefully there's a good team fight here. Sorry, I forgot to record it in my excitement. We got a double kill, now a triple kill, and looks like we should be able to attack mid lane and get a good solid advantage on the team that we already have an advantage for. So I'm going to actually quickly stop here, get the red camp. It was there for a moment, apparently disappeared. So this build so far has been absolutely fantastic. I'm doing a considerable amount of damage that the enemy really can't account for. So the one thing I have noticed is that I'm fairly squishy, but that is the payoff. I'm not doing any sort of So now I have to get out of the way here, and it looks like I've overextended. And yeah, so that was a good job of the enemy team by kind of collapsing on us, making sure that we didn't get away from our greed. Okay, so I'm actually going to go all attack speed here. I'm going to go vicious kinetic and a major kinetic. So we are really, really high on the attack speed. Hopefully here we can get back into some attack speed. This might be a good chance for me to do this. So it has a little bit of health, but there's just a little bit of what I'm lacking at the moment, and just physical damage. So I can upgrade this full physical damage, get some increased crit as well on the person, so we have even more crit on exactly who we wanted, the person that we're attacking, and a little bit of health as well. So I'm gonna actually, I could forego the ward and the health potion to get it, but I'm not comfortable doing that at the moment. So we are in a very good situation right now. I'm going to swing by these 3 harvesters on the left, get the blue camp and the camps, be a little bit of a jungler for the moment, and see what kind of advantage that gives us. Okay, I need you to see this attack speed. Isn't that absolutely ridiculous? With how much damage we're doing, this is going to be huge. Now, we are going to plateau a bit just because we aren't increasing that damage, but we will be in this next round of card power, which I already have 5 of. So we will be back upgrading our physical damage very, very soon. So here is a good example of I have three of my friendly teams that have tried to go and defend my team's attack in the mid lane. So right now I'm going to get this tower and then get the heck out of here. So remember that split pushing can be just as strong as committing to a team fight. It might be even stronger. Doing it right, having a smart team that is playing very well together, that knows when to engage, when to retreat, can kind of bait an attack where there's only three of your teammates against their 4, but it allows one of your teammates to get a tower, and that's much more valuable in the long run. So, like I said, we are going to go with this Bounty Stalker, and I'm actually going to forego my mana potion. That might seem a little strange, but at this point, we should be able to commit to a team fight with the knowledge that we are for sure going to win it, and therefore not really, need that health potion as much as otherwise, right? So I'm really excited to see how this increased just a little bit of attack damage and 100 health, it's not that much, does to our abilities here, and it's just incredible. Take a look at that. So hopefully we can see a few team fights before the end of the game. Alright, so here's an example where we have a Muriel and Rampage going deep on the enemy team here. I'm going to hopefully try to... Let's see how fast we melt this Muriel. Let's see, we'll pull her back. And kaboom. Pretty melted. So guys, I'm really enjoying this build. I hope that you guys too. This is awesome. The increased attack speed is just absolutely ridiculous. The few cards that we have to increase our crit chance on the exact person that we're attacking is absolutely fantastic. I have to do a little bit better of a job using my right click to apply that bleed to get that bonus from that one card. Because without it, it's going to be really interesting. So here's a perfect example where you can just tank this. Ooh, but that hurt. That really did hurt. So you know what, we're going to actually not go into this Grux. Although, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if I could take him on with you know, less than probably a third of my health. We're going to go back. Actually, no. We're going to go to the left lane. We're going to pick up these white camps here and get this left lane going in the right direction. We're going to... or is it the end of the game? Ooh, it might be. Very much might be. And then we'll go back. Hopefully we'll ding by that point and get some next cards. Okay, so we can finish off... Nope, not upgrading the Scout's Word with this major strike here. And then, you know what? We're gonna do the Wind Cover Blade. If we did this Blast Harness, we'd probably be reaching the point of diminishing returns with attack speed, where the increased percentage of your attack speed actually diminishes with each point you get, because you have, you know, 25% of 100 is a lot more than 25% of 10, if you get what I mean. Do the math. So we're going to forego the Scout's Word just because we're all in the enemy's territory where it's pretty clear where the enemy is and you can tell where they're going. So hopefully that doesn't come to bite us in the butt. Again, when you're on your way to the mid or the middle of the map or the enemy side of the map, stop by, get your harvesters, get some camps along the way. Okay, so we pushed the left lane and we had an unfavorable team fight. It looked like a fair fight. It was about 3v4. I mean, we were outnumbered, but we're doing really well, so we thought that we could probably take them, but then the other two of the enemy team came and ambushed us. So with the 4 card points that we had, we finished our card here with 2 strikes. With two strike cards, with 2 strike upgrades, sorry, and our damage is even increased further. Now, I am noticing that I am not very tanky at all, but that was just because the enemy seemed to really focus me down, so. And melted. You guys saw that. How many shots did How many shots did it take for me to take him down? Like 5? Incredible. That was really well done. You can see that this build is really paying off. So here we have the Orb Prime. We're going to go hopefully drop it off. So it's 4v4. With the advantage, we really need this Murdoch to come right lane. My team is not following me at all. I don't know if they understand the concept of Orb Prime. Okay, so another... I suppose the strategy would be that you use the person with the Orb Prime to distract the enemy from getting the Orb Prime, or from delivering the Orb Prime, and then you just get the Orb Prime. So there we go. I think this is going to be game. If it's not going to be, well, we have our Prime cards activated. It's going to be a team fight now. 5v4. The enemy team is definitely dead. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this damage is absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to pull in this. Look at that. 567 with that incredible attack speed. Absolutely amazing. This build turned out really well. Guys, please let me know what you think of this build. Obviously, the Grux does really well with physical damage and attack speed. Now, I think that the crit that we got from the build was exactly how we needed it. So, what did we start off with? We started off with the health, mana, and wards. We went into Windcarver Blade, did all strikes, saving the attack speed for later. We then went with another Windcarver Blade, I believe. No, the Flashfire Piston. Got all strikes there. We went into the, where was it? Merciless. We did all attack. We did all attack speed and finish it off with a Windcarver Blade and this Bounty Stalker. The crit in this build is very focused. You saw that the crit is very specific. We only got 3% on the card, but the bleeding stack and the basic attack bonus from those cards gave us crit exactly where we needed it. I'm really, really impressed with this build, as I hope that you liked it. Please like, dislike the video. If you disliked it, please leave a comment on how we can make this better. Did you like the pause, resume, kind of shortened down version of the video? I did miss one team fight in there. I'm sorry. Let me know what you guys think. Was this helpful? If you guys learned something, that was absolutely fantastic. That's the purpose of why I do this. Guys, please subscribe. I have lots more videos coming. I do this every day. So please take care. Have a nice day.